Hey everyone, welcome back. So yesterday I happened to meet a very close friend of mine at a coffee shop and she is preparing for the upcoming NEET PG 2023. So I asked her how it's like, followed by my favorite question.
How's preparation going?
I love scaring people. Yes, I do. So बातों ही बातों में she said a line. Notes सारे हैं मेरे पास, videos भी है, but यार motivation की कमी है. Then I realized one important thing. You know what? The topic for my next video. Winning is the biggest motivation ever. Your brain loves rewards. All those small wins you're going to gather for yourself throughout this NEET PG journey by solving question bank modules or scoring more mini tests, subject-wise tests, grand tests. Everything is going to act as a motivating factor. And all of this begins early in the morning when you wake up from the bed, go straight to your study table, and with half-shut eyes, you open Prepladder or Marrow and you solve the question of the day. And the moment you get that right, that sets things right for you to study for the rest of the day. You know why? Because that releases a first dose of dopamine for the day. And dopamine means is basically a sign of your enjoying the process. And to get more dopamine, you would want to solve more questions that led you to gather more wins. More dopamine, more questions, more wins, more dopamine. This is called the vicious cycle of motivation. I call it, if NEET PG is a game, you know who the main player is? It's your brain. See, if you learned how to tame your brain, half the job is done. But taming your brain does not necessarily mean suffocating or choking it with information and not giving it a moment to breathe. See, never forget the fact that if you want your brain to yield results for you, you have to pamper it. And pampering it could be in the form of refreshments like music, or having your favorite food, or gymming, or reading a book. Or for me, it was watching daily soaps. The best part about watching daily soaps was if I would watch 2 episodes at a stretch, that would never exceed 35 to 40 minutes at a time. And so binge watching a series would definitely not counted as a source of refreshment for your brain, because if you are giving that, if you are binge watching, I'm sorry my friends, you're not pampering your brain or you're not training your brain, rather you're becoming a slave to your brain. So first step to achieve big is to dream big, and that too without letting clouds of doubt discourage your potential. मतलब मैंने बहुत जिनको देखा है कि 5000 rank आ जाए बहुत है मेरे लिए. When you're doing that, you're basically doing a crime on yourself. Small aim is a crime, you know that, right? So, understand one point, okay? There are many people out there who are ready to demean your work, who are ready to give entire credit for your hard work to sheer luck. Let's not do that to ourselves. Let's not think कि हमें हमारा पहुँच बस इतना तक है. Aim for the stars, you'll reach the moon. What if you aim for the moon? You might reach only your building's terrace, maybe? If you are having an aim, like you want to do MD Radiology or MD Medicine, you should aspire to do that particular branch in the best institute of the country. उतना तक नहीं भी पहुँच पाए, तो at least उसके थोड़े नीचे तक पहुँच पाएंगे. At least we'll come closer. At least we'll get closer to our goal. तो goal हमेशा ऊपर रहना चाहिए. How do you remind your brain of the goals you want to achieve? You have to remind your brain basically daily of the goals you want to achieve. So what I did was I had a whiteboard right in front of me. Take this paper. So I would advise you to do the same. Get a white chart paper maybe, or a whiteboard. Whiteboard is more convenient. White chart paper is economical. Whatever suits you best, go ahead with that. And fix it right in front of your study table. Every time you sit to study, have a look at that. And that's okay. What should that whiteboard contain? It should contain your name, Dr. Angela Singhara, Dr. Paridoshniyara, I don't know, just a random name. And your dream branch, dream institute. Like I had AIMS Delhi, MD Medicine. MD Medicine, AIMS Delhi, Dr. Angela And also in that whiteboard, you should have your GT scores. By GT scores, I mean every time you take a GT, the number of correct responses you're getting, note them down. You get supposedly 147 correct, 148 correct, 153 correct, 140 correct. So all these figures should be plotted in a graph, and that graph should also be put on that whiteboard. So plot those figures in the form of a graph, and never expect an upslope graph throughout. There will be ups and downs if you are a human, right? But every time there is a dip in the graph, you'll notice a thing. You'll notice a difference in your efforts that you'll be putting. You'll notice that the next 2 weeks before the next GT, you would want to spend more time in studies and less time in other activities. अंदर से फील ही नहीं करेगा कुछ और करने का, पढ़ने का ज़्यादा मन करेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि your brain has taken it as a challenge. Your brain has basically taken it as a challenge to get that graph back on that upsloping, uprising. So your brain does the trick every time. It's your brain. So that's why I say, if this is the game, your brain is the main player. If you learn how to tame it, success is not far. And so these are the ways, the small nuskas I have used in my NEET PG preparation journey, and that has always kept me motivated. And even if this does not work, think about your parents. Think about your parents who would be most delighted. I mean, जब वो गर्व से कहेंगे कि
मेरा बेटा अभी MD मेडिसिन कर रहे हैं, फिर अभी तो वो MS सर्जरी कर रहा है इस कॉलेज में.
And also, do not forget those people who really thought that you were not worthy enough, who always thought that your getting an MBBS seat was by sheer luck. It's time to prove it to them that you've done it once and you can very well do it again. It was not by sheer luck, and also luck maybe favors the brave. You did your part, and that's why luck favored you. So, yeah, there are many factors which can make you motivated. So these are the small things, because you cannot always go to watch a video on YouTube, because time is precious. Every time you see motivation, you cannot open YouTube for motivation videos. Right? You have to make a process inbuilt so that you don't waste time, and still an effective way of motivating yourself throughout this NEET PG journey. For me, lack of confidence was never a factor. Never affected me. Rather, I became a victim to overconfidence. I talked about it in my INI CET failure video. Yeah, so that's how it is. And with bit of trust in the Almighty, with faith in oneself, remember one part. Actually, repeat with me. The only thing you have control over is the amount of efforts you're putting in. The only thing expected of you is hard work. And detach yourself from the results. Got it? So, yeah. Best of luck for your future. And, okay. I love stretching videos. Bye bye.